must be the world competition winners recently. Yes, Carnegie Hall. I've never stopped to count how many students from this school have been in Carnegie Hall. I think it would be in the thousands. Raylene Hu, Super Team Soccer, Janet Song. I think she embarked on a new competition called AFAF. Was our first student there. I think that's Jennifer at the 206 or 208 competition in Cincinnati. Yes, these are Cincinnati students. Stephanie O, if any of you remember her. And that's Super Team. He's considerably bigger now. I think that might be an early world piano competition. Oh, James. Right. And his brother Michael. This is when we're at Kindle Center for one of the Jacob's music programs. Aha! Looks like Cincinnati. Looks like the famous hotel. Is that Jenny? I can't quite see them. Oh, this is Bryn in Russia, right after she played. And she gathered a fan club around her. Something in Cincinnati. And who's that? Oh, Leon. Oh, and this is Nina at a lesson recent. That looks like a nice collage. Oh, this is one of the earliest articles about our school. This should come closer. Oh, this is after James and Michael's benefit recital. And this is, this is Stella when she was just beginning, and Daniel playing the Kavalevsky concerto that you're hearing on the soundtrack. I think it's Steinway Hall in New York. This is Elise, a very famous student, one of those who reached the Tchaikovsky concerto level. And so my husband in the bottom corner. And this is the first picture that you're going to see. This is our old place, and this is one of the first years we were teaching together. And you're seeing Andre Watts with our students. We've had the privilege to have him judge our students several times. And this is Sher Khan, another student who reached the Tchaikovsky. This is Raina's son, playing in New York in Yamaha Salon. This is George Shandor. He, at least 3 or 4 times, gave master classes over the decades to our students. That's the Teacher of the Year award, and this is the year I won both first prizes in the state. And here we are with Andre Watts and one of my talented students. That's a very early, it might be our first world piano competition, and that's again the school when my husband and I were young. I look about 17 in that picture. This is college age, and this is young professional level. That's the year we won the Teacher of the Year award. Up there is Andre Watts again. Here we are in the elevator of Carnegie Hall, and this is the end. It would be fun to look at in the lobby. I don't know if you can manage. Go find yourself there. That's lots of you. Okay, so I think we might be looking for James. Oh, I haven't seen James for years and years. By the way, is Valerie here? I just want to know. Good. Nice to see you. James. Oh, my goodness.
James, why don't you take the mic there?
James and his brother both went to Harvard.
Are you still at Harvard?
Yes.
He's a junior at Harvard, and your brother is graduating?
He graduated last year. He's in medical school now at Dartmouth.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's pretty good for one family to have two.
So let me just say I am so excited and honored to be here. I was just telling Alex, this brings back so many wonderful memories. I know for the kids, it can get nervous at times, but when you come back after not playing for a while, it's just incredible to just see where you were like a couple years ago. So this is amazing. It's been almost 5 years since I last saw Mrs. Kiszely, but like I said, you look fantastic, and I don't believe it's been 50 years. Like it doesn't seem like that at all. I hope I attend many more teaching anniversaries in the future. So in the interest of keeping these remarks short, so we all get to the refreshments, because I know that's what's all in all of your minds. I'd just like to share one story about Mrs. Kiszely that I find very hard to forget. And this was in 2006 when I was in 8th grade. I was less than 5 feet tall, and I'm pretty sure my voice still hadn't dropped yet. But it was, Mrs. Kiszely and I were working on one of the pieces that we were, that I was playing for the World Piano Competition, which was the Mozart Fantasia in D minor. It's a beautiful piece, and I still listen to it this very day. So this part of the piece, top of the second page, where you're playing E's. That's it. No left hand, just E's, same note, quarter notes. So if there's any part of the piece that you could call boring, like this would be it. And so when I was like just starting this piece, I didn't play very well, and I remember playing it once, and Mrs. Kiszely stops me and says, there's a lot more that you can do with this part on the piece. And I'm skeptical because I'm just playing it how it is on the page. And then Mrs. Kiszely, in true Mrs. Kiszely fashion, gets up, starts moving, makes these like big gestures, and starts telling me this story about the tolling of the bells in Austria, I think it was, and how the bells toll really loud and slow and deep with purpose. And it absolutely opened up my imagination and completely changed the way I thought about that part of the piece and really the entire piece overall. And I share this story with you because I truly believe that Mrs. Kiszely gave me an incredible gift that day and throughout all the years that I spent under her tutelage that I'll carry for the rest of my life. And that's the ability to use music as a way of telling stories and expressing emotions. And so Dr. Shadell talked about music being a deeply human experience, and I absolutely believe that that's true. So even though I don't play piano regularly anymore, I'm so grateful for that ability to truly listen to music, where notes, rhythms, and dynamics become interwoven into stories that traverse the entire spectrum of human emotion and experience. So thank you, Mrs. Kiszely, for that wonderful gift, the gift to enjoy music. And may you continue giving that gift for many years to come.
Join you guys today. I'm recording this from my apartment at medical school. Ms. Kiszely, congratulations on a wonderful 50 years of teaching. You've impacted so many students over the years, including my brother and me. And hello students, I'm so glad to be able to share some of my memories with you guys. For me, it all started with my first tryout lesson with Ms. Kiszely in 2001. I just moved to Pennsylvania from Kentucky, and I was very nervous about changing teachers and playing new music. My mom and I, we arrived and we sat down in the waiting room, and we could hear some of the other students practicing in another room. And the music was drifting through the walls. I remember being gave me some confidence and told me best piano teacher she could find. I didn't know whether I'd even be good enough to be her student, but eventually I began to play. I don't remember what song I had prepared, but I do remember afterward, Miss Kiszely gave me some confidence and told me I played well, and with some technique and mastery. Although I still had so much to learn, I appreciated the kind words she had for me, even from the beginning. And I always had this notion from my first experience that maybe I was a little behind, or that I needed to catch up. My brother and I, we started to perform at the annual recitals, where all of you guys are listening from. And then we moved on to city competitions and state competitions, and eventually we made it to the World Piano Competition, where some of you guys just finished your auditions. I won a first prize in level 8, and James won a grand prize in level 9. But through it all, what I remember most are all of the lessons I learned with Miss Kiszely. I learned that hardships aren't the end of the world. Hardships are something to work through. Not just something to work through alone, but something to work through together with your teacher. When I wasn't at my best, our team wasn't at our best either. And that gave me a lot of motivation to try to be my best, because in a team, everyone depends on each other, and the team is only as strong as its weakest member. I remember that our last major performance was at a benefit recital my brother and I put on for the victims of the 2008 Sichuan earthquake. We donated those proceeds to UNICEF. Now, James and I are both in college out of state. I just finished up 4 years at Harvard, and now I'm at medical school at Dartmouth. And James is finishing up 4 years at Harvard as well. But as we look back and remember where we came from, we recognize that you, Miss Kiszely, you were a huge part of that. Thank you. Your students really have someone special in their lives.